A while back I did a video about the website and company CampingSurvival.com. And the main point about the video was to talk about all the great stuff included in their monthly giveaway package, where they give you over $300 worth of product from the company. But at the same time I also wanted to introduce the company to anybody who hadn't heard of them before. It's a great company and a great source for all kinds of things related to both camping and survival. But while I did mention that they have a wide variety of products available, I do have to admit that my research didn't really go far enough for me to see just how much stuff they actually have. And obviously the MRE-type foods, freeze-dried foods, and canned survival foods were of primary interest to me, because that's kind of the focus of my channel. But it really is worth checking the site out just to see how much they have to offer. Near the top of the homepage of the website, they do have a number of broad categories listed, and each of these categories is broken down into more specific areas. In the interest of trying to keep this video as short as possible, I can't get into everything that they have, but I will mention that the categories include paracord and accessories, food, water, and MREs, outdoor survival gear, knives, clothing and footwear, fire starters, first aid and nuclear, and survival kits in emergency. So all of that brings us to today's video. I recently realized that I needed some sort of a bag that I could use to carry all kinds of small stuff to and from work. Nothing major, just a nice simple bag for everyday carry kind of things. Actually, what really happened was my wife told me that I needed to get a man bag. And the idea of man bags has really evolved into something a lot more acceptable than what happened to Jerry Seinfeld when he was accused of being a fancy boy for carrying his purse or European carry-all. So I went to CampingSurvival.com and I found 2 shoulder bags that seemed like they'd fit the bill for my needs. I found them in the bags and backpacks tag under outdoor survival gear. And here are the 2 bags that I picked out. They are the Rothco Concealed Carry Messenger Bag and the Rothco Vintage Black Paratrooper Bag. I went ahead and ordered the bags, but I figured it might be worth making a video just to take a quick look at the bags and see what I got and see if they fit my needs. So this isn't really going to be a full review or anything, but just kind of a quick look at a couple products available from a great company. I'm going to start with the, I believe this is the Vintage Paratrooper Bag. And Rothco seems to be CampingSurvival.com's main company. They have tons of products made by Rothco. They have all kinds of clothing. Obviously they have bags, backpacks, and camping equipment like canteens, canteen cups. A lot of the stuff that they have seems to be from Rothco. And what I've gotten from Rothco so far has been good quality. So we'll take a look at this one. And of course I say good quality, and I'm saying that in terms of something that's not going to cost you $100 for something like this. And let's see. So it does have the vintage feel. It does feel like something you would find like at an Army Navy store, as far as like surplus kind of stuff. But of course this is obviously a commercial product. It's not an actual paratrooper bag. It seems to have a little bit of, okay, it's just a little piece of a sticker stuck on there. Let's see. This is a good size. This looks like kind of what I'm looking for. We have the, as with paratrooper bags, it has the front flap that's pretty large. It's like a messenger bag, basically. And we have a fastener here, so you can fasten that. It's sort of like a military kind of a fastener. It has a smaller little pouch in the front. You can use that to put like pencils and pens and whatnot if you're using it for work, and has all these little loops for putting whatever you want to put in there. So get the front pouch, buttons, and then we have the main compartment, and that is broken into, actually we have the strap here. There's a little adjustable shoulder area, and the straps of course are adjustable. And inside looks like we have, actually we have 3 compartments. We have 2 dividers in the main compartment. We'll get rid of this little silica pack here. Actually there's a couple of them in here. There's a bunch of them in there. So yeah, it's a good sized roomy bag. I mean the bag itself isn't huge. That's kind of what I was looking for, something on the small side. And there's 2 dividers in the main compartment. So that is the Vintage Paratrooper Bag. And that brings us to the Concealed Carry Messenger Bag. You can see this one is, right off the bat, it's a a larger bag. And I don't really want to give the prices just because I know they can fluctuate. I don't want to give a price and have somebody say that's not what it costs, but this one is basically between $25 and $35 at the website, depending on what kind of sales are going on. And so we can see right away that this is, it has a look of a brand new bag. This one has a look of a used bag. It's because it's vintage style, pre-washed for that soft vintage look and feel, and it definitely has that. So here's, this one actually has the product on the card in front. Concealed carry messenger bag. There's some information there if you want to take a look at that. The dimensions. And so this is another, obviously, messenger bag, that's what it's called. A similar kind of thing, a shoulder bag like the paratrooper bag. This one seems to have a lot more features though. We have a couple of closures for the main flap. And we have a carrying handle on the top. That's something that the other one didn't have. So it does have a carrying handle. You can carry it around like a briefcase. Kind of a rectangular appearance anyway, so it kind of is similar to a briefcase. And inside we have two pouches in the front here, which have, so that's kind of neat. It has these, looks like buttons, but they're actually magnetic buttons. So they don't really so much snap into place as they do kind of magnetically go into place. This also has little loops here. These are elasticized. Put any kind of other equipment you want to have on there. And inside we have the strap. We'll take a look at that in a second. And the main compartment with another handful of silica packs. And let's see, I think this must be the, I guess this is the concealed carry part. So you have the main compartment, and then you do have one divider, and it actually has Velcro. Yep, this would be the concealed carry section, which has a Velcro backing. So I'm guessing you can Velcro a holster or something in there. And it has a loop over here and a loop over here. I'm sorry, I know this is hard to really see any kind of detail since it's a black bag. But and we have a couple more features here. We have a zipper at the top of the top flap, and that's interesting. That actually gives you access to the inside without having to open it up. So if you don't want to undo your clips here, you can just go in through this zipper. There's these two zippers to get inside. So you have that, and then the strap has some really strong looking plastic buckles here, and it's a little bit more substantial looking than the one on the paratrooper bag. And I'm gonna guess that this is also adjustable on this side. Little grommet holes here, and these zippers on the back would be your access to the concealed carry compartment. And so you can go in on either side. And so that way you have access to that without having to go inside either through the front flap or the top. So there's multiple ways of getting in here. And let's see, the last thing it has, this is also going to be useful, it has some side pockets, again with the magnetic buttons. Be good for a water bottle, something that I'm going to be needing to bring to work. Overall, it seems to be pretty heavy duty. A lot more heavy duty than the paratrooper bag. It has a little Rothco insignia down here and a couple more loops on the front. And it also has this padded shoulder pad on the shoulder strap. I think that's really about all there is with this one, but looks like it's going to work fine. I guess I'll try them both, and it's going to come down to a size preference. And I guess the last thing to do is to take a quick look at the concealed carry section. I do have this airsoft Beretta, and that can just slide right in there. Yeah, it's not bad. And go into the front, and if you have this strapped down, I mean, it's not exactly hidden, but you can have access to all your everyday stuff in the main compartment without having to worry about what's hidden in the concealed carry pouch. So that was a quick look and a quick overview of a Rothco concealed carry messenger bag and a Rothco vintage paratrooper bag. And of course I forgot a couple things. As I said, it wasn't really a full review anyway, but I noticed on the vintage paratrooper bag that it does have these loops on the back too. I guess you could put your shoulder strap on here and carry it that way. I don't exactly think I'd need to do that, but it is worth noting. And then the only other thing too is that the shoulder strap, I was about to try it out, and I noticed there really isn't a lot of room for expanding it. It's kind of nice it has these elastic loops here, or it's just not elastic, but it has these loops here to put the extra strapping in, so it's not just hanging loose. But as you can see, there really isn't a lot of adjustment that you can make on this. I don't think it's a problem. I mean, it's already pretty close to what I need. I just wanted to make it a little bit longer. So I think that's the only thing I missed on this bag, and this one, I'm hoping I covered it all pretty well. So thanks again for watching, and check out CampingSurvival.com.